Greetings, Scarlet Knights. Welcome to the Get Involved training series, Volume 2, Creating an Event. My name is Karima Woodyard. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Director of Student Involvement and Leadership within the Department of Student Centers and Activities. The Student Involvement and Leadership Office is located in the SAC on George Street. Our team works with colleagues throughout the university to serve all 40,000 plus undergraduate students throughout their involvement and leadership journey. Using a student-centered approach, the Office of Student Involvement and Leadership provides experiential learning opportunities to create transformative experiences for Rutgers University students. Our office recognizes, trains, and supports over 500 plus student organizations, student government, and commuter students through learning, advising, advocacy support. Our goal is to connect students with the amazing involvement opportunities throughout the university. And one of the main ways we do this is through the Get Involved platform. Today, during our Get Involved training series, Volume 2, you will learn how to create an event on the platform. This is important to not only advertise your event throughout all of the thousands of users within the Get Involved platform, but also creating an event is a necessary first step in order to check students into your event so that your organization or department can keep track of everyone who engages with your events and meetings. To learn more about tracking attendance, please see Volume 3 within this video series. The Get Involved platform can be reached directly from the URL getinvolved.rutgers.edu. Upon reaching the site, you will be able to log in using your NetID, login, and password information by selecting the Sign In button at the top right corner of the page. After signing in, you will be brought to the home page. Once you have logged in, it's important for you to navigate to your organization's departments page by going to the page through your memberships or by clicking the small dots or switch area in the top right corner. Then click Manage. This will give you a list of all of your memberships. Click the organization or department that you would like to create an event for. Now that you have arrived at your organization's department, as you can see, I am using the Student Involvement and Leadership's Office profile page. You can create an event by clicking Manage Organization in the right corner at the top. In the upper left-hand corner of the screen, this symbol comprised of 3 horizontal lines. Selecting this produces a pop-up menu displaying the organization's tools available. Click Event. Selecting this tool will navigate you to the new page entitled Manage Events. Clicking the Create Event option in the upper right-hand corner will bring you to the Create Event page. Now we are ready to get started with creating your event. Now, it's time to input the details of your event that will be visible to site users. Event title is one of the major parts. This will help distinguish your event from all the other events that exist within the Get Involved platform. This event title is visible to anyone using the Get Involved platform. So it's probably important to put the name of your club or organization or department within that event title. For example, if I'm going to do skate party, and I'm a part of this Office of Student Involvement and Leadership, maybe I'll put skate party, student involvement and leadership. That way, if there's another skate party on campus, or perhaps there's something else that's similar, students and staff can distinguish between the two. The next part is the theme, right? There's a drop down. You want to be able to select the theme that's closest to the event that you're trying to put on. Then Then there's description. The description should include any relevant information or advertisement that you would like possible attendees to know prior to the event. This can range from a general synopsis, event, schedule of event activities, links to external websites with info, etc. There is no character limit for the description, so feel free to make it as long as needed. But remember, students want to get in, get as much information, and get out. So keeping it not too long is probably a good idea. It is generally recommended that any event policy is added here. So whether that's tickets sold or arrive at a certain time to get a free gift or giveaway, that's probably a good idea to put that there. The next section I want to highlight is co-host or co-sponsorship. This is important because here you're going to put anyone that's helping you with that event. This also is a great idea because those folks can help you promote this event. So if their name's on it, students who may be interested in their organization or department will more likely sign up or RSVP. The next part is the date and time. Critical information. You want to make sure the date of the event and the time of the event is accurate. It's probably a good time to put the end date also, end time also. That way, students who, if you're like me and you like to come at the end of the event, you know what time everything closes down. The next portion is location. Location selected, add location provides a pop-up menu where Get Involved provide an option to submit with or without a map. The map feature will require a full address that the system recognizes and generates a Google map. For example, if you're going to have your event at the Livingston Student Center, make sure you have the accurate address for the Livingston Student Center. When you populate it into your event, the Get Involved platform will create and generate a Google map that will direct students exactly to the Livingston Student Center. The mapless feature will only require the location name, which can be customized for clarity. So if you don't want a map and you're going to have it at the Livingston Student Center, you can just put Livingston Student Center, NPR. The platform has convenient spaces to provide online event URL for a virtual event platform. So there is a space to provide instructions for attendees if your event requires specific online registration to access. We strongly encourage you don't put the exact Zoom or WebEx link, but in that space, you put the registration. That way, the student can register for your event, and at a later date, you can send them the Zoom or WebEx or whatever platform you're going to use information. At the bottom event details section, that has 3 helpful areas. Details on the event details will be covered in the following order. Show to. Selecting Show to will produce a drop-down menu showing the following options. The public. This means the event will be reviewed without the use of a NetID. So if you have a public event at a student center or somewhere on campus and you're okay and your advisor's okay with the event being public, you would select this one. The next one is student and staff. This means that the event will be viewable to anyone with a NetID. So anyone a part of the Rutgers community. Organization members. This means that the event will be viewable to only organization members. So that means anyone who is a member of your organization's page on the Get Involved platform. Sometimes it's an executive board meeting or things like that where you really want just those members to be able to come to your event. The last area is invited users only. This means the event will be viewable to only specific invited users. Another section on here is event categories. This means that you're going to select this best descriptive event categories from the drop-down menu. Event categories can also be used when compiling data, tracking paths, and help students search events. Multiple categories can be assigned to any given event. For example, Nights Call Challenge events must be tagged with the corresponding night's call value. This tracks attendance for the challenge. The last portion in this section is perks, probably my favorite section. By selecting perks, this will produce a drop-down menu showing the following options. These perks are used for navigational purposes in the same manner as themes and categories. Multiple perks can be selected for an event. This should be the final section in the Create Event page. If you're satisfied with the content of your event, select Next at the bottom of the page. Just want to say, perks can include food, giveaways, and fun things like that. Those are some of the things that can better attract students to your event. This next page has two sections, settings and custom questions, which we covered in that order. By default, RSVP settings are set to anyone can RSVP, and custom questions. This page is the most flexible in terms of customization. The first section of settings is an option for who can RSVP to this event. The options for RSVP are as follows. Anyone, that means anyone can RSVP. Only invitees, as specified by the invited users from the previous page, and no one. Directly below this option is a checkbox allowing you to limit the number of available RSVP spots to your event. The picture provided shows an example of number of 200. Below the RSVP spots, in options to allow guests, which allows attendees to bring guests. Selecting allow guests will produce another option to limit the number of guests allowed per RSVP. You can also limit the number of guests allowed. A typical limit is to only allow one guest per student RSVPing to the event. But it's important for you to talk to your advisor prior to creating these different RSVP specifications. Now, this page will allow you to submit a cover photo to be used for your event page. The exact specifications for the cover photo are as follows. Image guidelines, 1024 px by 600 px or larger. File size limit is 10 megabytes. Supported file types is JPEG, GIF, PNG, and PDF. Similar images are recommended for event photo. I have to stress to you, always submit a cover photo for your events. Now that we have created our event, we need to make sure we know where the event access code and event attendance URL is located. These items are important the day of your event when you want to track students via event pass, that means in person, or using the attendance URL virtually. You can learn more about tracking attendance during the events in Volume 3 of this training series. Upon creating an event on Get Involved, a unique event code is automatically generated. To access it, return to your organization or department's managed event page, select the action item for event you are interested in, which will bring you to a new page outlining the details of the event. As you can see, for mine, the access code is M788D99. Also below that is where my attendance URL is. Those two items are critical the day of. So remember how to get there and how to share these with other members facilitating or hosting your event with you. This concludes our Volume 2 Creating an Event video as part of our training series. We hope you will join us for other volumes of our series to learn more about how to use the Get Involved platform like an expert. Again, my name is Karima Woodyard, and we in the Office of Student Involvement and Leadership look forward to working with you to help you shape your involvement and leadership experiences on campus. We are here to assist. See you next time.